afternoon, everybody. Oh, good evening. Well, actually, it's Sunday, but welcome to One Past Wednesday. It is currently Sunday afternoon, about, I don't know, it's going on 5 p.m. I've got a little bit of time here before I have to go pick Opie up at the groomer. So I've got a couple reviews I want to get out of the way for this week. First off, for the razor, a Chinese company called Zomchi sent me this razor. This is pretty cool. Look at that. I like those. I like the way that that edge is rolled like that, so the blade doesn't stick out. But I tell you what, guys, what I'm going to do is this is going to be a shaving video with this, and then I will tack on an out of the box video so we can talk more about this in depth. Okay, but for right now, we'll just go with the shave. I'm using the Zomchi razor with a Zomchi blade, which I've been very well impressed with. Okay, next, the next item up for review. This has not been sent to me by a company. This was sent to me by Robert Juric, J-U-R-I-C, Juric, I think it's a Juric. He's in Croatia, and he sent this to me. Oh, where's the other one? Oh, here it is. He sent me these two soaps. This one is Kentucky Bourbon. This one is Oktoberfest. Well, you can figure out what that is. It's beer. Now, I did discuss with Robert that after smelling these, I will use this one. I'm not going to use this one. I'm sorry. Now, here's the thing, guys. Let me preface this with, everybody likes something different, okay? So just because I may not like a scent doesn't mean that you won't like it. You may love it and think I'm an idiot for not liking it. But for me, this Oktoberfest doesn't do it for me. Let me also say that I don't drink alcohol. So, yeah, I don't like the smell of it. This one just, it smells like beer, and beer never smells good. But if you're looking for a beer scent, I mean, it smells like beer. Okay. These are made by Areffa, A-R-E-F-F-A soaps in the Ukraine. I don't know if you can see that on there or not. Made in the Ukraine. Okay, and this one is Kentucky Bourbon. Today we're going to be using the Kentucky Bourbon. I've already built my lather over there in the bowl, so it's ready to go. So I don't have to bore you guys with that. Yeah, this one, yeah, I get the bourbon smell actually out of the, let me tell you guys a story. Maybe we'll save the story for the shave. It kind of turns my stomach, and you'll know why in a second. That really smells like bourbon. And I do have a reason why the smell bothers me. And you guys will hear that in just a second. But yeah, if you want a bourbon scent, this would nail it. Okay, now, Robert, where can we get these? Do they still make these? Robert, when you see this, leave a comment down in the comment section on where people can obtain these soaps. Okay. All right, so I've built my lab. Oh, one other thing, we've got the GDMG, oh, I forgot the name of the brush, wood and resin brush. Okay, and that is an ebony and then a resin handle here. And this is a 28 millimeter fan knot. They call it a Japanese fan knot. And guys, this has become, I've had this for a couple weeks now, and I use this every other day. I've fallen in love with this thing. Now, 28 millimeters, it takes a lot of soap to keep up with it. But I'm somebody that's kind of, tight on how much product I use. So I have to use more product on this one, but this is a really nice brush. I really like it. So, GDMG, you hit it out of the park with that one. Okay. Anyway, let's lather this bad boy up, and get this going. Now, this is the bourbon, and it did make a nice lather. I'm using a Sharp Shaver Cyclone Bowl made by Philip Sharp. Thank you, Phil. And these are in the Joker colors that I requested. Very nice. Okay, so let's do this. You guys who've talked me into face lathering the past couple months. I used to be a bowl latherer only, and then you guys got me into face lathering, and now when I bowl lather, I can't I just found out how sloppy bowl lathering is. Like you get all this stuff falling off you get all that foam on the brush there. So I actually prefer face lathering. But these tubs that Robert sent me, they're not brand new, so they're not full tubs, and these are going on a tour. From me, they're going to Barry at a Texan Shaves, and then they're going somewhere else, and then somewhere else. They're going on a world tour. So dip my brush here. So anyway, hopefully there will be enough to end up with Sig Solo at the end. So now I have to say, with the lather doesn't smell as bad as the puck. And I have to admit that there have been quite a few soaps that I didn't really like on the puck that turned out to be pretty nice in the lather stage. So, so this one actually smells a little better in the lather. It's almost like I can smell the oak barrel, or whatever kind of barrel it is that they use. I can get that smoky smell off of it. Okay, so let's get into the story. I was probably, I'm going to say 18 or 19 years old. Here we go. You guys hear that? I was probably 18 or 19 years old, and my best friend and I, we had a friend that worked in a liquor store. And of course, you know, at that time, it still is, the legal drinking age was 21. Like I said, it still is, right? So we were out one night just screwing around, and you know, we were only like 18 or 19, but we already drank beer and stuff like that. You know, come on, it was the 80s. So we had a friend that worked at a liquor store, and we gave him a call, and we said, "Hey, can you get us something?" So he said, "Yeah, I'll leave something for you out back." So we drove down to the liquor store, and he had left a bottle of Old Granddad whiskey sitting outside the back door. And I believe this is the first time either one of us had drank whiskey. And I know it was a Saturday night because we played softball on Sundays. And I remember we had a softball game that next day. So anyway, we get this bottle of Old Granddad, and we take it back to my house. Well, we went and got a video. We rented a movie. What was that movie that black kid did karate? They called him Bruce Leroy. What was that? Like The Last Dragon or something like that. Late 80s movie. Anybody that's old enough was going to remember it, because it was a pretty popular movie at the time. Anyway, yeah, they called that kid Bruce Leroy. God, it wasn't too racist, was it? Anyway, so we had rented that movie, and we went and picked up that bottle and went back to my house. Now, over the course of that movie, which is what, about an hour and a half, if that, us two inexperienced drinkers drank that whole bottle of Old Granddad in about an hour and a half. A fifth. We drank a fifth of whiskey in about an hour and a half. And, you know, it was late, so we went on to sleep. Now, Rick, my friend Rick, he went into my bedroom and slept on my bed, and I stayed in the family room. Our family room was in the basement, and my bedroom was in the basement. So Rick went into my bedroom to sleep, and I stayed on the sofa in the family room and went to sleep. Of course, in the middle of the night, I got sick, threw up all over the place, and Rick also. And I remember that next morning, guys, these blades, these Zomchi blades, very nice, very smooth. I would compare this to a Perma-Sharp, you know, just from my experience of what it feels like. It's just a very smooth, God, and yeah, very efficient. You know, this razor is only like $25, $26 on Amazon. When we do the unboxing, I'll give you an official price on that. We gotta do the third pass over here. So anyway, Rick went into my room and went to bed, and I had this big stereo. Remember those 80s stereos, the big console with the 7 different pieces and then the huge speakers? I had one of those in my bedroom. And there was a carpet right next to my bed. I had a single bed, and there was a carpet right next to my bed. And Rick, I guess he got sick in the middle of the night, and he leaned over and pulled up the carpet. I guess he was gonna, try not to throw up on the carpet. But he lifted up the carpet and proceeded to puke all over the side of my stereo cabinet. Anyway, like I said, I was sleeping in the family room, and that next morning, there was a little window at the other end of the sofa that you could see outside. It was one of those long, wide windows, and the sun would come through there in the morning, and it was right on me. And my dad had come home. He was a truck driver, and he had come home in the middle of the night and, saw what was going on. Jesus Christ, guys, I mean, it's smooth, baby smooth. Good razor, really good razor. And guy, there are a couple things I can point out about this that I'm not really fond of, but overall, I really like this razor. And seriously, this is my third shave with it. And well, I'll give you the details in the other video. Okay, spoiler, or not a spoiler, but a cliffhanger. Anyway, so I wake up and there's my dad standing over me, and he starts yelling, "Get up! Get up!" Real loud, right? Pounding sound. Because, I got this hangover, right? My skull is just about to explode. And he's going, "Get up! Wake up!" Wow. Very slick, but wow, this would pass the cotton ball test. Very smooth. Good job. Good job, Zomchi. And good job, Robert Soap. So anyway, my dad says, he starts to go up the stairs, and he turns around and he says, if you can't run with the big dogs, stay on the porch. And he went upstairs. That's how my dad was. He was so cool, right? He didn't blow up at me. You know, we got drunk. We stayed in the house. We weren't out causing trouble. So he was fine with that, you know, as long as we weren't out, you know, getting in trouble. Anyway, we were so hungover, so sick. Oh my God. And we had a softball game that day. And when we went out to the park, we couldn't play. We both just sat on the backside of the backstop, and we were just sick the entire time. And ever since that day, when I smell bourbon, it just turns my stomach. I've never been able to drink whiskey since then. So Robert, the revulsion of the smell of this isn't because of the soap. It's because of my experience with bourbon. Okay. But if you guys are looking for a bourbon scent, this is it. Like I said, just now with the, you know, this here, oh, that's really, really strong smell. But in the lather form, you can smell the wood. Yeah, this isn't such a bad scent off of the lather. It's not as strong. I guess you get the bourbon off of it. Let's see what we get here. Look at that. Made a nice lather, right? Yeah, I guess if you get it real close and condensed like this and put it right up to your nose, you can get that same smell there. But give a little bit of a distance, give it some room to come alive. Yeah, it's not that bad of a scent. So, yeah, Robert, let us know where we can get this. Anyway, guys, let's retire up to the room, and I will give you an out-of-the-box walkover of this Zomchi razor. All right, we'll be back. Okay, we are up in the man cave. Now, guys, we're actually a day and a half away from what you just watched. That was yesterday afternoon. Now it is Monday night about 11:30 p.m. And I just finished my lesson, so I thought I would record this for you real quick. Okay, so let's get this stuff out of the way first. This is the Zomchi safety razor in silver. Now, Zomchi contacted me a few weeks ago, and they asked me if I'd be interested in collaborating on their new blue razor. And I said, yeah, sure, send it along. I'd be happy to give it a shot. Then I don't think they knew I was in Japan. So when I told them I was in Japan, they came back with, oh, we don't have the blue in Japan. Is it okay to send silver? And I was like, sure, yeah, silver's fine. It's the same razor. Doesn't matter what color it is to me. So they sent this to me, and this is the packaging. It's very nice. Safety razor. And then it's got some other language here. I don't know what it is. Nothing's written in Chinese. I'm assuming it's a Chinese company. Anyway, you open it from the bottom, and there's a little pull tab right here. So you just slide this out, and the razor's there. Now, kind of a neat little feature here is the razor is actually down inside of there, so it's not going to just fall right out. And like when you put it back in, if you don't put it down in there, you got to put it in by this end first, and then let it slide in. So it's a nice little safety feature. And then in the box, just under here, there are 2 tucks of blades that are in there, these Zomchi blades. Now this one's open, and I'm actually on my second blade. These Zomchi blades. These are also available at Amazon. You can buy these on Amazon, but I'll be giving you links to the Zomchi website, and then you can do whatever you want from there. The reason I'm giving you this, the Zomchi website instead of Amazon, is because on Amazon I couldn't find this razor by itself. I could only find it with the stand, which was $29.99, and we'll come back to the price point in just a second. Now, these blades, I was shocked. I wasn't expecting much from some, unknown name razor blade. These are really nice. Like I said in the video, I kind of compared this to a Perma-Sharp or a Bic Chrome. It's really smooth, very efficient. I was very, very happy with this, and I will, I'm planning on, it's hard to make that decision off of, a couple shaves, but, yeah, I'm going to use all of these up, and if they continue performing the way they have been, I'll buy some. I'll definitely buy some. Um, or Zomchi, if you'd like to send me 100 for perfect testing. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, there's that. So we'll put that back down in there. Okay, now the razor itself. Okay. If you go to the Zomchi website, without the stand, it's $23.99. With the stand, it's $29.99. So $6 for the stand. Now, I've got something here. Let me read this. I messaged them because the specs weren't very clear. I couldn't really find it. I asked them to give me this. So it's a brass and chromed alloy, providing excellent durability and corrosion resistance. The dimensions are the height, 10.5 centimeters, 4.13 inches. Slightly shorter, making it ideal for users with smaller hands or those who prefer precise control. Now, I've got really big hands, and I think it's perfectly fine. The diameter is 10.5 centimeters. That can't be right. The diameter is big around as it is. The girth. Okay, so the diameters they gave me is incorrect. So we'll just we'll skip that. Okay, the weight says 87.1 grams, 3.07 ounces. Let's see. The blade configuration comes with 10 blades. Handle design. The new silver model features a larger handle with more spiral grooves, which significantly improve grip. Even when the hands are wet or covered in shaving foam. Okay, now, when I first took this out of the package, the knurling is what hit me first. Now, hold on, let me see if I can get that up there. Can you see that? Can you see that knurling? There we go. It's kind of like a spiral. Now, my hands are relatively dry. I mean, I don't have sweaty, sticky hands. So for me, that felt really slick. I mean, if I just do this, look at this. It's very slick. And I was concerned about that. But when I got into the shower, my fingers got wet. I had no problems whatsoever with the grip. Now, I didn't test it with foam on my hands because I don't shave with foam on my hands. I'm shaving. I'm not doing dishes. Okay. If you do that, that's in your corner. I don't do that. So with just the wet fingers, the knurling was perfectly fine. Now, also on their website, which I thought was interesting, they said they offer customization, and I was wondering, okay, so I guess what comes with the name on the head, right? So I guess you can get like your logo or your company name or whatever if you're wanting to, order a bunch of these. So I asked them, what's the my question exactly was, is there a minimum number of razors you need to buy, or can you order just one? And what does it cost? Obviously, the cost could vary, but a rough idea. Would it be $100 or $1,000? Just the exact price isn't necessary, but a general idea would be good. They came back to me saying, regarding customization, there is no minimum purchase requirement. You can order just one razor for personal use, and the cost is approximately $100. So, yeah, I guess that's not too bad. I don't know. I don't know what customization would cost to have your logo on there. So, if I get some extra scratch, I might order one of these with my Mully Shaves text logo on there. Anyway, overall, I really enjoyed this razor. I've shaved with it 3 times so far. And, it's really nice. I get a really good shave with it. Now, the first time I shaved, completely honest with you, the first time I shaved with it, I had quite a bit of stubble left over. And I was a little let down. I was disappointed. So I actually did the cleanup with my feather safety razor. But you know what? I had dedicated 2 weeks to the Gillette Fat Boy because I just wasn't getting good shaves with it. And then I figured it out. I worked on it, worked with it every day, and figured it all out. So 3 shaves in, I'm already getting BBSs with this. All it all it took was just finding a little better angle, slowing down, being more efficient with it. I did a cleanup pass, and yeah, I got a really good shave. I shaved with it this morning, and I'm still fairly smooth. I got a little bit of stubble, but it's been, what, 14 hours since I shaved? Maybe longer? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, about 14 hours. No, about 16 hours. So, yeah, it's a nice razor. This is no joke. At first, I thought, this will be something that I can pass along to somebody, but I think I'm going to keep this and put it in regular rotation for my daily shaves. I think because it's fairly mild. Okay, so the guy over at Double Edge Express, I watched his review, and I was surprised because he said this is quite aggressive. And I didn't get that impression from this. It felt fairly mild and quite efficient to me. It didn't feel aggressive at all. Not much blade feel. But he said it was aggressive. And then I watched Kensurf's. And Kensurf's also said that he said it's more aggressive than his 34C. Anybody that's used the 34C knows that it's pretty mild. So saying it's more aggressive than 34C isn't much. But, like I said, the guy at Double Edge Express has said that it was quite aggressive, and I thought it was quite mild. I don't think either one of us is wrong. It's that your mileage may vary things. So my instruction for anybody watching this is watch my video, watch Double Edge Express, watch Kensurf's, watch all these different people, watch as many of these as you can, and come up with a decision on your own. Because your experience may not be the same as my experience. As a Double Edge Express, I was surprised that he said it was quite aggressive. So there you go, right? Everybody's different. One cool feature of this is these little sides here. They come up and they keep the edge of the blade from getting you. So one downside to this is when you're in the shower and you want to take the cap off, there's nothing to grab there, okay? So you got to hold that and kind of push up on the screw, like, where is it? Like that, to get it. And then, like, what I do is I just kind of roll my finger in and catch it. Makes it a little wonky because the blade kind of jumps a little bit, right? So what I've been doing is I just push it up like this, and I rinse it like this under the water and let the blade kind of flop around in there and get the water out, or get the suds out. And then I just let it drop back down, put it back together. And then I worry about it when I get out into the other room. When I get out in the other room, I just take the cap and I lay it on my little towel. Dropped it. I lay it on my towel and let the cap pop off by itself, and then pull the blade. It's one of these things that, it's give and take, guys. It's give and take. To have a design like that, you're getting the advantage of not having the edge of that blade sticking out, but you got the disadvantage of the wonkiness of taking that cap off, and having to be very careful not to cut your fingers. But, if you're careful with it, like I said, I just set it on the table and it pops up by itself. It's no big deal. But some people aren't going to like that. And, that's up to them. It's entirely their call. All right, guys. So that is it. That is the Zomchi safety razor. Very, very nice. $23.99 without the stand, $29.99 with. All right, guys. So I guess that will be the end of this video. Thank you guys for hanging out so long and watching all of this. I know it's quite long, probably close to a half hour. Before we sign off, I want to thank Erwin at Zomchi Razors for sending this on to me. I want to thank Emily at GDMG Brushes for sending me that the caramel wood resin brush with the 28mm fan knot, which there will be another video with. Well, there'll be multiple videos coming up with that brush in it. And I'd also like to thank Robert Urich for sending the soaps. Thank you so much. And these soaps are going to be going in the box and heading off to America. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll call that a shave, and y'all stay smooth.
Here's the shave that's right for you. After using Burma Shave, go and sub to Molly Shave. Let's call it a shave. Let's call it a shave.